Battle of the Challenges podcast with Vincent Cloud. Is this episode 4, Pizzagate, with Scott Allwood?
Hi, my name is Scotty Allwood. I am a fan of the challenge. Have been for years. Make my own vicious challenge type show on the YouTube. Little backstory. I feel like I should say that I don't think people are used to me yet. They don't know
Yeah?
who I am. I could just be anybody at this point to them. They might have listened to the old Rivals podcast that we did, but they probably didn't. So that's a little background on who I am. Nice to
To me,
meet
the
you.
show is Vincent Cloud, and he has co-hosts sometimes. That to me, that is what it's about.
I'll just start. And the other guy here, doesn't matter who it is. Let's go.
Yeah, it's like, this podcast, I'm like a Sith Lord. There could only be two. There's the master and there's the apprentice, but I just kill the apprentice for another apprentice. I don't know, it's very geeky.
Lighting House, the Inquisition. Episode 4 has begun.
Yes. Kayla, Cam, and Alicia. Wait, you want to start there? I say just cut through it. I
You know,
say
I
go
was
right
gonna
to
give, I was
the.
gonna do the recap because it was part of the episode, and I swore this was a podcast about recapping the episodes. But yeah, right. No, I was gonna make a huge point to say what a pointless bunch of minutes
Oh,
wasted from this full entire episode on just showing what we already know and just saw on the last episode. If this was part of the
yeah.
binge watch, you'd be like, why are they showing this part again? Is this episode 3 again? Did I not put in episode 4? This is the same shit.
Did I not put in episode 4? You remind me of a video cassette, like a VHS.
No, so
Okay.
frustrating. I was sitting there super excited about watching this episode, and then I was like, oh, but we've seen this, and it's how long now?
Uh,
All
well,
that
first of
stuff could have
all,
been cut out and just immediately, boom, the ring. We're here. We're about to see what's going to happen. Nope.
it's called The Ring,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah.
The elimination is called The Ring.
No, the
I don't know, man.
stadium's called the ring.
Yeah?
I think so. Unless it's
Okay.
called the swing and I misheard them. I don't know. I might have.
Oh my God, I don't know, man. Okay, well, okay. First of all, you brought up a pointless scene, or at least a scene to point out that it's pointless. I like that. I also like the fact that you are angry at this episode. I feel like a little bit disfranchised.
There's a
Is
lot that
that
I
what's
love
going
about
on?
this episode. Trust me, we'll get to. There's a lot I enjoyed, but this first 10 minutes
Okay.
made me. I was nail biting. I just wanted to bite the TV antenna off the like as if. What am I talking about? I was just upset. I just wanted to fast forward, but I couldn't fast forward because what if they showed something new? And
Oh my
the
God,
only thing they showed
really?
that was new was Nelson and Kaylee vibing at the club. And I was like, okay. Everything else was just kind of like a backtrack of what we already knew. And then,
Yeah.
but they showed them vibing later in the episode. So I was like, oh, okay, well, again, we didn't need that.
Yeah. Thank you. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. If you're a big Nelson fan and you're like, holy shit, I want to see him get laid, Has he this at any season? I don't think so. He's made
Dude, him and
out.
Latoya were macking like crazy on Invasion. Get it, boy.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, and then he tried to get on
They were
Sylvia,
on
and
the
then Sylvia
beach. It was
turned him
like,
down.
is this still the challenge? Because we saw a good 4 minutes of them just. I felt like it was that Pee Wee Herman movie where it's a long shot and it's just Paul Rubens as Pee Wee Herman kissing this beautiful woman for 4 minutes, and that's what that part of. So anyway, but this is Vendettas, and
I don't recall the Pee Wee Herman. I loved that movie. I don't
it's
recall
the
that
second one.
scenario at all.
It's the one after the first one.
Oh, you mean Big Top Pee Wee or something like that?
I
Whatever
don't
it's
know.
called.
I've only
Oh my
watched
gosh.
that scene. Saw it on a porn site.
Uh,
Uh, the ring. I don't like the intro. It's very flashy and editing a lot. We did not get a disclaimer at the beginning of this episode saying that there might be seizures involved.
are
Luckily, I'm
you
not one of the
epileptic,
seizure
Scott?
boys or
Are you
seizurettes.
epileptic?
No, I is that what it's called? I was calling it seizuries or something. I don't
No, Grandpa, we don't call them that anymore. Damn it.
But yeah, so we're
Uh,
at. Do you want to start at the ring then? I'm gonna keep calling it the ring for the rest of the
I
season, even if it isn't.
I guess it's the ring. Oh, no, I wanted to cut right to that moment because the buildup was pointless. The buildup was pointless. It's Kayla and Cam and Alicia are nominated to go against Melissa. One of them is going to go in. So it's up to Bananas, Natalie, and Devin to vote in someone.
And it's
And instead
Alicia.
of
I kept calling her Alicia. It's Alicia.
it's Alicia?
Yeah.
All right. That sounds kind of cool. That sounds like a
I like it
goddamn
more.
movie.
It makes me
starring
like her
Matt
more.
Damon. Yeah, come back, Alicia. We didn't know. We didn't know. I'm so sorry. But no, man. Okay, this is what happens. Bananas, Natalie, and Devin, in a sweeping vote, put in Alicia, and I'm like, then why? Well, okay. What happened last time? Everyone voted for Bananas guy, right? Corey, you know? So once again, Devin, who's supposed to be like, I'm the new Brad or whatever, you know, like the people that are willing to step up to Bananas and say, hey, fuck you, you know? He doesn't do it.
I think at the end of the day, he went, Alicia, she's not going to help me.
You know what? I would almost disagree. What I thought of when this was going down, I was like, you know what? You don't have to team up with Alicia, but that's just another enemy gunning for
Whoa,
Bananas.
let me get your ear for a second. He didn't. I wouldn't want to vote Cam if I was him because she's a beast. And maybe
Yeah.
he's friends with Nelson, so maybe he didn't vote in Kaylee because of him. Because he was started to vibe with her. Is that a stretch? Is that a reach?
Who was vibing with Kaylee?
Nelson, we just talked about this, goddammit.
Yeah, but he's not in the Trioca. I'm confused
No,
already.
Devin and Nelson are friends. They're friendly. So if
Devin and
Nelson is
Nelson?
vibing with Kaylee, he would go, oh, okay, I won't put her in then.
That is a huge stretch, man. That's you pulled a muscle, in my opinion, man.
They both
I don't
have
know
N's
about
at
all
the
that
end of
shit.
their names. They're closer than you think.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, you know what? Either way, all the build up leading up to like, hey, let's overtop Bananas, or let's throw a wrench in the gears. That didn't happen, is what I'm getting at. You know, and it sucks, but it is what it is. It's Alicia versus Melissa in chain reaction. What do? You're on a laddery, no, a shaky,
There are
rickety
four
chain.
chains suspended, and each chain has a rung, and like you're building a chain ladder to the top. So you're standing on this spot, and there's like this long pole that you have to keep connecting to each side of the actual four chains that are suspended. And with that that pole that you keep chaining, you you get to the top, ring a bell. First one to do it the fastest wins. Who are you even rooting for at this point?
I honestly, I was so disappointed in the fact that Alicia was going in. I just didn't care necessarily. I know that you like Melissa because she was hot.
Oh
and
yeah, she's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's something.
So
That's something that we didn't see earlier. Is that or we didn't talk about was in the club. Nicole just was like all over, and Melissa was like, "I just like her so much because she keeps calling me beautiful." And from now on, that's all I'm gonna do is call her beautiful in the podcast. So in hopes that she'll hear this and go, "Oh, he's calling me beautiful too all the time. Let me see that wiener."
that's right, because she was like, "If only you had a dick."
Right,
Nicole.
and then Nicole's like,
Yeah.
I can get any size of dick you want. Referencing, the little gift toys. Gift toys or toys? Sex toys.
Yeah, sex toys. Or yeah, okay. I was gonna. Go
I would like
really
Melissa to
weird.
come back just because she's so gosh darn cute.
she's
Beautiful.
so
I mean,
cute.
beautiful.
Beautiful, yes. Oh my God, cute will get you a handy at best. That's about it.
Indeed.
But you know what though? I will say Alicia is way hotter than Melissa personally. So if I was
She
rooting
looked
for
rich.
someone who I'm just like
During
had
this
the eyes
episode,
for,
she looked very beautiful. I will give her that. Like when she was on the sideline talking about, look, we're a couple typical men just being like, who do we want to win? The one we find the more beautiful. Who cares about their personality on TV and whatnot? This is awful. We're coming off very bad for men in general right now. Let's talk about
That's
what the
true.
grenade does, though, this time. Do you want to tell them?
Yeah, let's talk about manly shit like
grenade!
weapons and grenades.
Vincent,
Pull
can I
the
ask you to
pin.
put in a few grenade explosion sounds here? Grenades!
Nice shrapnel in your face, bro. Jesus Christ. Okay, well, what it is it's crazy. This is different. You can't just steal someone's money, which I thought was bullshit. I would have been like, dude, What,
So grenades are there. So if you come back from the elimination, you get some power. What are those powers, Vincent?
Oh, choose teams. Not in the order that it was said, but I just wrote this down in that sequence. Choose teams because that's what's going to be used this episode. And then there's drink a gallon of cream. Oh my God.
Before you do the next challenge. Uh-oh, one person. You're gonna disrupt one? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, sure, that's supposed to be personal, but the thing is, if this is what blows my mind, the grenades. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you cannot use it against the Trioka. Correct.
Correct.
All right.
So the
Well,
third
okay.
the third grenade
Yes.
is what?
I thought it was automatically an elimination, right?
Right.
Or automatically
a
in
person
the
has to
ring?
sit out, which then makes them go into elimination, which yeah.
That's to be sensational. That would have been awesome. To drink the gallon of milk, that would have been so fucking stupid.
Why
Like,
just
I
we don't have to talk
ever wanna
about
see
what she
that
picked or
grenade
what she
again.
did yet because we're not there. I was just saying that's what TJ's telling her right then and there is like, hey, wait, did he? Oh my God, he didn't. We didn't even talk about the elimination. We didn't
What
finish
do you
it.
mean? Yeah, well, what's there to finish? Melissa won. Oh, now it's finished. Now it's finished.
Okay. Alicia goes
Good
home
ear.
and
Good
she's
ear,
like, I'm so
Scott.
tired of hearing everybody talk about Corey being the reason I'm in here, blah, blah, blah. And then she leaves. And then nobody cares anymore. Because, nope.
I cared, Scott.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
cared.
I feel for you. Back to the grenades. So, Melissa
Yeah.
picks choose the teams for the challenge.
Yes. Which is Food Wars.
Oh my God,
Which
no,
is
we got to talk about Pizzagate.
Oh no, not you too, Scott. I don't want to talk about
Pizzagate,
Pizzagate.
Pizzagate. Oh man, Melissa, so the night happens, okay? That they're at nighttime and everybody's hanging around. Melissa and Nicole in bed. Melissa, you see her quote, "Will you pleasure me and I will do the same?"
Oh shit,
Yeah,
that's right.
Zooks, Melissa. They pleasured each
Oh,
other,
yeah.
Vincent.
Yeah,
There
they
was some
did.
deep pleasure going on in there. Deep lady
Yeah,
pleasure.
they. Pizza. How do you cut a pizza without a knife? Scissor it, baby, scissor it.
Okay. It's I didn't realize you were doing a joke. I was like, yeah, I've had to cut pizza with scissors too, and then I had to eat it that way. And then I went, oh no, it's a lesbian joke. Okay.
Oh no.
So
man.
everybody in the
Hey,
house gets pizza.
Yeah.
Tell me
Yes.
tell me your thoughts
Some
on
more
this
than
because it
others.
seems like you weren't into it all. I was very into this part.
Well, what it is, it's just maybe I'm dismissing this as just pure drama and I don't want to discuss it, but I suppose it does because Marie totally takes a whole bunch of pizza into her room, comes back, takes a couple more slices. Brad is like, hey, I'm 45 years old, and I think that's not right because everyone deserves to eat. Those people outside, they haven't even seen the pizza, Marie. Now you go on up there and you finish your homework. Like I understand that Brad pointed it out and he would be the guy to point it out. But everyone turns on him for this reason. They're just like, holy shit, he is having a midlife crisis because he's how
you're-
old he is and
The reason he points it out is something you praised him for last week. It's about respecting people in general. It's the greater good of everybody. Community. That's his
Yes.
words.
yes.
And I loved him saying that stuff. I'm like, this guy is just a good dude.
Yeah. Totally. What I'm saying is this is how the
You hate
fucking
him.
house turns on him and they're like, holy shit, he's like just what's up with you, old man?
At this
But,
point,
yeah,
when you're
he's
getting a
pure
bad
man.
reception from the room, maybe dial back a bit.
Yeah.
I just thought it was crazy that she did that. Anyway, it's the challenge house. Draw attention away from me. Look what they're doing out there. I saw someone with a butterfly. I get what you're saying. Maybe Brad should have just dialed it back quite a bit.
But instead, what is he doing? He's like, I am so frustrated about this pizza. I want a stuffed crust, motherfucker. So him and Brittany, they go into the room and they're on video. Did you see that? You actually saw like Brad thrust in the
Yeah,
shot
Brittany's on top.
when, or who was it? Who was on top? It looked like Brad was thrusting Brittany, but who knows, man.
Brittany was on
Either
top.
way, I was like, that's clearly penetration under those blankets. And Marie,
She asked
what'd
him
she
if he
say?
wanted to fuck, and he did. So cut to them fucking.
But usually it's so discreet, the producers. I feel like this was very just like,
Well, I
well,
mean,
that's
they
what it
haven't been
is.
very
It's
discreet with their relationship at all. They're like thrown in our face. I think they want us to be as uncomfortable with it as the people in the house are, because in my mind, I'm like, so what? Let them kiss and fuck, but at the same time, I feel that is what they're doing because at the same time, I'm getting a little tired of it too. Leroy, Zach, and Bananas were like, dude, Brad's crazy, midlife crisis. It's annoying. I'm like, one part of me is like, who cares, guys? But
um, it's interesting because Brad to me is the most seasoned vet, very seasoned. He's a champ. He knows almost every angle to this fucking book. Yet he should know that couples are targeted, you know? And already that, especially if you have a lot of PDA going on and shit, I don't know.
I think
Maybe that's his
maybe
one
Brad
flaw.
is
It's
just
like pussy.
Brad is so confident in his own abilities at this point. He's never really had a very bad season, so he feels like
Oh,
he's
that's
just,
very true.
oh, it's not even going to matter. I can do this and it's not going to matter.
Oh yeah. I mean, we'll see the many angles of Brad. To me, Brad, I compared him to CT before in the previous episode, where I'm like, he just didn't happen to win those finals. But Brad to me is just like the full fucking package. And even though he's like mature and he wants to be for the good of people and shit, he knows how to fucking cut a deal. And we'll see that later on when him and Kyle are like, sorry, Sylvia, and
Right.
shit like that. It's just very just nope. And he's very, I don't want to say unapologetic, but he's also very upfront, and it's crazy.
There are
It's
many
crazy.
moments where he's just very upfront in this episode. If anything,
Yes.
we'll get to that.
Okay. So, any more
Marie
involving
comes into the
Pizzagate?
bedroom with the box of pizza, throws it, because Shane basically is egging this on. He's bored. Shane's like, hey, just go throw some pizza on him. So she grabs 3 boxes of pizza, throws them into the bed, what amidst the fucking. And then Brad gets up and like, get the fuck out of here. What are you doing? I came down here to get away from you. And Marie's just like, oh, dope. And Brad's like, get out of here. You're on my hit list. Put me on yours. Goodbye. Just very
Yeah.
direct. I'm upset that in the preview, Marie kept calling him dumb, and then it kept showing Brad, and he's like, "What? Because you said so?" I loved that line so much that when it was that moment, I'm like, "Here it comes! What? Because you said so?" And they took it out, and I was
What?
disappointed.
Really? Oh my god.
These are things I
I
noticed. All right, yes.
the you have to appreciate the line they left in when Marie was like, "Oh, you want a pizza me?" and threw boxes. I mean, that was what had to be kept. Come on.
Joss and Brad have a little talk afterwards, which I thought was nice. Because when I'm watching this, I was like, oh, I haven't really seen those two interact this much at this point this season. I enjoyed him just being like, don't even lower yourself to her standard, and then they kind of like did a little weird handshake. But I feel like Joss and Brad combined make a threatful you team little uh, alliance.
Yeah, that's true. And then that'll pay off in this episode again, where they're just like, "Hey, man, we talked about shit over bunks, man." That's what. Either way, whatever you're saying, the fact that you're in the shitty room together with a bunch of bunk beds, you're just like, "Man, this shit is gold." You know,
Vince,
yeah, this is fucking
Vince,
nom.
the music right here. I know we don't talk about the music a lot in the show, or just not the actual like. This is not even like one of the the score at this point. It's like this low, almost vibration type of like murmur underneath, and with what's going on. I just love these little dramatic moments. I like that moment.
Yeah, that was playing during the scene that we
Yeah,
talked
at
about.
the end of the scene, at
Really?
the end of Joss and him talking, it kind of just has this music going on, and then it pans away and gets away from all that stuff. But
Shit.
Marie's
I
outside. She's
didn't.
like, I thought it was funny. She's like, I love pizza, but pizza did me wrong. God damn it. I do like Marie, and I like Brad as well. So seeing them two go at it makes me a little like, ugh, but I can't root for both. But at the same time, I am. So
I don't know. For me in this episode, Marie was just kind of like putting herself in the episode just because she wanted to be on TV. And then, I mean, spoiler, she ends up being the Trioca. So it makes sense now. It's all Pizzagate is worth it now. But leading up to it, I was just like, God damn it! I
it
don't
is
like
kind of
seeing
funny
this
that
shit.
how that all worked out because
Yeah.
Brad ended up being in the bottom. Uh, right. So anyway, let's stop spoiling the rest, and you can get on with what happens next.
Okay, so Pizzagate is done, and I wanted to say on to Food Wars, right? The
Right.
mission of the day.
Did you
Yeah.
like? Did you
Um,
enjoy the introduction to this game? It was just like this retro,
um,
like MTV game show, video quality opening. It's like I just enjoyed it a lot. They've been doing a lot of different things like that this here recently, and I've been enjoying each one. It's just very different than the typical. All right, and here we are at this next challenge.
that is so true. I mean, Scott, I just feel like you're fresh eyes in this thing. Or me, on the other hand, I'm like, oh God, 1,000 yard stare. I'm like, yeah,
Well,
hey,
I
food.
literally just watched it, so I have everything so fresh in my mind.
Really?
We need
Oh
to
my
start
God.
doing the
See, what
podcast
I
like that
did.
to where we can watch the episode and then talk about it right after. Because usually one of us is more on it than the other. And right now I feel like I'm talking a mile a minute because I'm so excited. I just watched it.
Oh, it's great. It's great. No, exactly. You're the fresh take where you're like, oh my God, life is great. I'm like, yeah, well, it gets harder,
Do we
boy,
really
you know.
even need to talk about Pizzagate? Ugh.
Uh, I know. I was just like, oh my God, you fucking millennial. But I'm also a millennial, so I guess it doesn't really fucking make sense. No, but what I wanted to say is that opening, yes, that's good. That's fun. TJ's being silly, you know.
Is Food
But
Wars good and fun though? No. It is a lame ass challenge.
well, first of all, it should have been called not Food Wars. It should have been called Watch Tony Eat Stuff. Can you be Tony?
Yes.
You know, because that's exactly what happens this entire time, and it's also a big waste of talent. If your team, you don't even have to eat. You just have to send someone to represent you, and if they lose, then you're screwed. You're fucked.
Right.
You know. And to me, I should have seen it coming. I'm like, holy shit, that is some lame ass rules. So then, I mean, we'll get into it chronologically, but still, I was just like, oh my God, there's like three a person. But let's get into Melissa gets to use her grenade. You're a big fan of Melissa. Are you proud of her choice
I am
and
not.
what happens?
I am not. It's like, at- especially with the challenge like this, she doesn't even know the rules yet. Like, it's literally just trivia and food, eating. What kind of helpfulness is that going to be choosing these teams? Besides just being able to put yourself with two people, which she did not make a good call on who she put herself with. But we'll get into that when we get into the actual uh, whatever. But
Yeah.
she should have
Well,
immediately just made it a guy's elimination. Put some guy in there. Why chance yourself with putting a girl in there? No, guy, you're an
that
elimination. Bye.
good point. Holy shit, I forgot about that. That was an option. I mean, even if okay, well, the other thing is though, she decides to create the teams. However, the rules are so fucked up. It's like you answer a question. If you answer that question, not only are you safe, but you get to save another team, and then all the other teams go in against each other.
Right, and you get to choose one
And
person from each team to compete, and then if you don't
yeah,
eat this food item in the time given, your whole team's done. So you're
yeah,
putting
it's
all your faith. You
just
don't even get to compete in this challenge. Like it would. It's so frustrating. Vince, let me
yes,
talk about it on a
absolutely,
level of like production here. So when I do my
yes,
challenges, we usually have four challenges that we do, three missions, and then a final mission. When we construct the season, we're going, okay, these first two have to be certain. Like we got to have a physical one. We got to have like a different type of one where it combines a bunch of different aspects. Third one, we kind of just go, okay, whatever. But then that final mission has to be amazing.
yeah,
So we have this one, two, bam. Now, the way they're editing this season doesn't give them the ability to have a throwaway mission. My seasons are very direct. 1, 2, 3, it's over. Their season is now going all over the place with mission, inquisition, like drama, 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 elimination, drama, 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 inquisition, mission. If you're spending so much time on the other stuff, when you actually get to the part what that's supposed to be amazing, and it's just this stupid shit that sucks so much as a mission, it's frustrating to watch. It was still like fun in the sense that, hey, at least I'm getting a new challenge, but I'm super disappointed with the producers. I'm assuming something had to have happened with something else that they had to come up with this stupid ass shit. But still,
Not
what
enough
a waste.
food?
Well, like you said, what a waste of talent. Not even everyone got to compete. Not everyone got to do anything. It was just frustrating from a producer standpoint to watch and see. Like I would never be able to produce the show as well as they can. But I also understand.
Don't cut yourself.
I understand how it should still be.
Yes, there you go. It just seems that the producers are just like in a tailspin. This wild, throw anything at the wall, see what sticks. And even if that shit sticks, they're like, well, we gotta throw it away and create new shit, right? No, you don't. It's the craziest thing. The challenge was great for changing it up every season, and now they just want to change shit within episodes of a season. It's crazy. It's like you're trying too hard, or you're.
Vincent, I wouldn't care if they did all this crazy twist and stuff like that, but just keep it basic with the challenge, drama, then the elimination. That's a format that works. And ratings went down a couple 100,000 this week, and I don't know if maybe that has something to do with how it's pacing out.
Whoa, I didn't know that. I haven't been paying attention to the views because I'm like, who gives a shit anymore? Like, I used to care.
I care still. We want you to care, Vincent. We want you to care still.
I can't. No, you're fresh eyes. I'm the grizzled old man.
So they have all these rules about teams, but certain things that they have to eat is like fried blood, lamb brains, bowl of ice cream, rotten cheese, bowl of mayo, popcorn. Like, why is someone going to pick popcorn for these people to eat? Well, I can't say that because marshmallows were picked for them to eat, but that was also still a kind of good strategy anyway, continue on with the mission. I'm rambling. There's a bunch of stuff that they have to eat.
No, you're filling in so much information that I didn't even believe was worthy, but that's, again, because I was just so mad or annoyed or whatever. Like, you just watched this episode. I woke up at 6 in the morning, no, actually 5:45, and turned on this episode because I'm like, well, I gotta go to work. And I watched this and I'm like, wow, this is just, what?
Yeah, you were watching it with tired eyes too. I just got off of work, so I'm like, I'm ready, I'm outside of life. Woo, lifetime. Let me watch this episode. You're like, let me get through this real quick before I go to my hell of a job. Oh.
I love my job, by the way,
okay.
And it just made it harder after watching this episode. Oh my God!
People see, like, Vince, you seem down today. Well, I just watched the challenge. Oh, Pizzagate. Who wants to even talk about it? Oh, mother of God.
They're like, Vince, don't get political. I'm like, no, Pizzagate is used in a different context of this thing. This dumbass MTV bullshit.
So she picks
Pizzagate
the teams.
Was actually.
Do you know the teams? Do you have the teams written down?
No, I do not.
I have the teams. Would you like to know
the
teams?
Do you, young man? Do you?
Do. I sure do. Here, I'll send them to you because I'm sure that they're tired of hearing my voice. All right, just look right here. I don't have them written on my hand, Ben, so why are you looking? Okay, the first team, Melissa puts herself with Shane and Devin. I think this is not good. I think she should have put herself with someone that she is close with. That way, if they lost, they could team up and gang up on the other person. So her putting herself with two people, I understand she went into it like, these people are strong. If we win, perfect. I went in, we ate it. We were a strong team. We got it done. But no, you have to think about if you are losing, what would the outcome be? You can't think you're going to win. You have to have your mind set on that, but also be prepared for the loss. And she did not do that with this. 2, Leroy, Brittany, Kyle. 3, Cara, Maria, Bananas, Kaylee. So if they won, they're going to pick Kaylee to go in. Good idea. Brad, Joss, Sylvia. At this point, she just seems to be throwing people together. Veronica, Jimmy, Nicole, Tony,
Yeah.
Marie, Zach, Natalie, Nelson, Cam, and Kayla and Victor as the team of two, which I thought was okay, I
Yeah.
guess.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, you mentioned like you should anticipate like who's going to vote in who if they're in last place. Trust me, no one like she didn't have enough time to like
Sure.
absorb all these rules and shit. This was such a convoluted mission. It
Right.
really was.
Because
Yeah.
she was, I mean, just even talking about it is taking so long to, okay, they're picking these, how many teams? I get to pit all these people in teams, and then what's going to happen? We're going to be picking one person each time, and they have to eat something, and if they don't eat it in time, that they're going to lose. And TJ isn't sitting over there telling her all this shit. He's like, yeah,
No.
put them on some teams. Because
Yeah,
he's out
and
over
then
it too. No,
and before anyone eats, you have to answer a trivia
oh, right,
question.
right. And
It's
that's
just,
there too.
it's all over the place.
I thought this was fun though, because Zach was like, I've won trivia twice. Tony will stick anything in his mouth, but Tony has also won a trivia challenge as well. I don't know why he didn't say that, but
Oh
so
shit!
that was
Yeah?
kind of cool that they
When?
ended up being
When?
randomly put on the same team as they both have won trivia.
Can I ask you when did Tony win? Like I believe you. I
it
just
was-
can't think of it.
I want to say it was Rivals 3.
Rifles 3.
No, no,
Alright.
no. Wait, yeah. Wait, or was it Dirty 30? It was one
You
where
and Camilla?
it was definitely one of those two.
Okay, I believe you. Anyways,
he was suspended
so yeah,
over
I
water.
mean, Tony is gonna be like the main guy for this episode. This is what I have written down. I'll
That's just
tell
a
you
picture
this.
of you. I was gonna do stupid humor there, but go ahead. That's just a stick figure drawing. of
Instead,
two
you were like,
people
I want
fucking.
Vince to have to edit, listen to this whole podcast.
He's gonna
Take certain
skip.
things
He's gonna
out.
slip up, and he's gonna hear this later on and go, "Oh fuck, he said that."
And then I'm gonna hear my own voice in a blurry, a blurry version, and be like, "Oh yeah, that's Scott. That's so funny. Oh my god."
Bane. So what do you have written down over there?
I have question number 1. What is the capital of Spain?
Did you know it?
It doesn't matter. What you do is you ring the bell, look
And
to
then figure
Kaylee,
it
and like,
out,
what's
yeah.
the capital? That's what Bananas did.
He had the quickest
he-
draw.
That was brilliant, actually. That is a veteran move. Not only a veteran move, but that's a banana move. Like he's able to just like, no, what are the greater odds? Ring that fucking bell, even if you know it or not. Turn to Kaylee and ask her. Kaylee didn't.
They
know.
should have went with her first answer.
Her first answer was for Portugal or something.
They should have kept that. They shouldn't have time to be, "Ooh, what is you think it is, boop?" No. Bananas should have had to say it right away. I would have been like, if I was TJ, Bananas, get the fuck down here. You're down here having to eat now because you're wasting time with bullshit trying to pull stunts like this. Treat this game with respect. But anyway, did you know the actual capital?
What universe do you watch the challenge on? TJ loves Bananas. He would never raise his voice
That's
to
true. He
Bananas.
laughed very
Are you kidding
hard
me?
at Bananas calling him a name earlier in the season.
But yeah, that's right. Bananas called him a name while he walked off, and TJ's like, "Oh, that Bananas."
That
I am
Bananas.
yeah, whatever he said. What did he call him? Like a dick sack or what did he call him?
Something with an ass.
Yeah, a dick ass. Did he call him a dick ass, man? But it didn't matter. Whatever he called TJ on fucking television, the people that are like, "Oh, you gotta respect TJ, man. He's the host." Remember when they cried when TJ came back on Rivals 1? We're like, "Oh my god, we thought you injured yourself being a
Yeah.
BMX." Yeah, okay. I'm just going on a tangent, but I remember when people were like, "Oh my god, TJ," and now Bananas in the premiere episode is like, "Oh, you fucking cock ass, man." What do you call him?
You penis ass. You
You
little
pe-
wiener
yeah,
ass over
yeah.
there. What the hell you doing? Bye.
And then TJ's like, "Oh my god."
You're the
so annoying.
banana.
All right. Well, anyways, Bananas answers the question, or no, Kaylee answers the question after her
And I
second
think it was.
time
I think it was
answering.
my dad. My dad. Is that what the answer was? My dad, Spain. It was Madrid. Damn it.
Madrid. Is that what it was? Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, Madrid. And then so Benet's like, okay, well you're safe, but not only are you safe, you get to save a team. And he's like, Leroy.
Because we don't want Leroy's team going anywhere. Fuck
And then
Leroy.
all I have written next is Tony out eats everybody.
Okay, well, let me build you up right here, because everyone's looking at each other like, who are we gonna send in? Oh no, I don't want it to be me. But should I do it? Because maybe I should. Sylvia, in her interviews, like, I've never seen someone so scared with their eyes so big.
Oh,
Talking
Brad,
about
about
Brad,
Brad.
because him and Joss are kind of like, and here's where it's like, Brad, I'd never expected Brad to be so scared about just eating something. Because we were just
Um,
talking about how he was a great great rounded player,
yes.
and
He's a
now he's pulling this shit, making us look dumb because we believed in him so much. And Sylvia's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go in, I guess." And they go, huh, "Okay, our fate's in
everyone
your hand now. Why would you want that? If fate was in our hands, Vince, I would look you dead in the eyes and say, 'Let me do it. I know I can do it.'"
everyone gives Brad shit about his eyes being wide. That's just him. I don't know about you guys,
That's how
but Brad is
intense
a
he is.
wide-eyed motherfucker. Not full of wonder, but it's just that's physically he has big eyes.
When you're
So
that
I don't know
intense, you
why
got that big
people
of eyes,
assume.
bud.
Like I remember when he was in the Trioca and he was talking during over the dinner, and the nominees were like, "Look at this guy. His eyes are so wide." He's like, "Trust me, bro. That's just him." So I just wanted to just want to throw it out there. That's just
But yeah,
Brad.
so it's Sylvia, Tony, Victor, Nelson, Shane, Nicole. And Bananas is like, "Ooh, I get to choose? Let me get the grossest thing out the way first."
Why does he get to choose?
Because apparently TJ does, I don't know, TJ and Bananas are like this, bro.
He rung the bell. Kaylee answered.
So he gets to choose.
Bananas
I
gets
think
to
the
choose.
three of them together were like, "Oh, okay, yeah, we get to decide what it is." And Bananas went, "Rotten cheese! Give him the rotten cheese, Tej!"
Tej. Yeah. That's a friendly way to acknowledge a
I thought like
friend.
so they're bringing out all this nasty cheese, and Tony's like, "If only they could smell this at home." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm glad I can't though. Kazoo, it looks gross."
Yeah, it did look pretty
Vince,
gross, man.
are you a big fan of cheese? Do you like snack on cheese sometimes if there's a party and there's like a cheese tray with, celery and whatnot? Do you
I
grab a
mean,
piece of cheese?
if the other kids are passing it around, yeah, man. I don't want to look
I
square.
do not. So I would have said, "Let me in there," and then I would have got rotten cheese and been like, I would have looked you straight in the eyes and went, "We're done, Vince. We're done."
Well, okay, so here's where the episode takes another turn for the worst. I mean, Tony's able to out eat everybody, but no one's able to eat their entire plate within the allotted time.
How
And you're
long?
like,
How long
what?
do you
More
think they had?
information, more rules? You know?
Yeah. How long do you think they had? They didn't tell us.
Yeah, I have no idea.
It was like
No
they saw
idea.
Tony was about to be done and went, "Oh fuck it, we'll just knock out everybody in this one spot and then call it a short production day." Get your shit together, production. I love this stuff though, because they're all like like Nelson smashing his face into the plate like, and you see some
Yeah,
people with
that's
just
right.
little bites like, "Oh, you're not gonna win like that, you shithead." If I was up there on the stands, I would have been like, "What the hell are you doing down there, so and so?"
Let's get on to question two. Because
Okay.
again,
We still
Tony.
got a lot to cover, so let's just. I'll
Yes,
stop giving so much detail. It's too much. It's not. It's not important.
your
It's just.
detail
It's
is
just
needed.
the
It's
show
just
that we
fun.
love and watch with all of our hearts, Vincent.
No, I feel like we cut off exactly where we needed to. I
I
just want to
agree.
say Tony out eated everybody. The time allotted shit was bullshit. And then all of a sudden, all these teams are eliminated. And you're only left
They
with
gone.
three, I believe.
Yup.
Right?
Yup.
Question number two. Uh,
They pulled the
out of the.
fans. They pulled the fans apparently.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Like what is
yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Like what fans?
What was it about? Three, the worst
Which
boyfriend out
cast
of the
member
three.
would make the worst boyfriend? And how?
Yeah.
You're telling me the people that are trying to prevent spoilers are asking fans questions? I don't know. Where'd they ask these questions at? Maybe the Dirty 30 premiere. I don't know, but continue.
No, I mean, who's the nominated three?
It's
Corey,
Corey,
Tony,
Tony,
and
or Nelson.
Nelson?
Yeah,
What? We just got done saying how he never gets laid.
no.
That
My
was a
boy
weird...
Nelson gets laid, dude. But he's just in a relationship right now.
but he hasn't hooked up on the show, which
He
means
does. We had
he's
a
a better...
very long conversation about how he was making out with Latoya on the beach. I remember it was like my
Oh,
best memory of childhood.
I'm sorry. I'm an older man. I believe in penetration as like
Okay.
the like.
You
Oh
gotta think
God, you
hook
son
up
of
on
a
the
bitch.
show.
Oh well, that's what Tony and Corey do. They fucking
True.
insert.
That's
you know
true.
what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know.
So anyway,
Anyways,
the answer is Tony.
bananas get exactly. It's saved. The answer is Tony. Tony is pissed and hurt, but it's also true, right?
Right. And the way he explained it in his interview, he was like, I'm trying so hard to get away from that, and then it keeps being brought back up, and like it hurts him a little bit because he's trying to be a better man. And when you're an alcoholic, if you're going around being like, no, I'm not drinking anymore, and they're like, but remember that one time you chugged that up your ass, and then you puked on the into the bowl,
like,
and
"I'd
then you
rather
drank
not."
that because you were so drunk. And there's like, yeah, I do, but like I'm trying not to think about that. So if you could stop bringing it up. So I feel for him. Because that's a real story that happened to my friend Chester. No, I'm just kidding.
Of Lincoln Park, where the pressure was too much.
Too soon.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I'm actually a huge fan, and that hurt to say that joke, but I had to do it.
So Tony versus Leroy is basically what it boils down to.
Yeah, Tony versus Leroy. Because out of those three, who was Leroy's teammates again?
We have that information.
I burned those notes, Vince. After I said them, I burnt those.
Brittany and Kyle. So of course Leroy's going to be like, well, if I don't go in, I'm going to look like a huge piece of shit. He actually he's like, Zach's a bitch. No way he's going in. Because, yeah, he would send Tony because he can't take me. Tony ain't going to win nothing, no, because he just ate a block of cheese. Right. I'm like, that's a pretty good point, I guess. Bitch. So you should not be mad that Zach's not going in, but happy, you dumb piece of crap. Bananas chooses marshmallows because of that, which was a smart move, but he overestimates Leroy's ability.
Yes. So once again, Tony out-eats Leroy.
There were some nice retro video game graphics in there. Did you like those? It's like a little retro video game song, and the graphics coming up, and each time they ate a marshmallow, it was like...
What?
God damn it.
I remember any of that.
It's a fun episode. You need to give it a rewatch.
Yeah? Oh my God, never.
Or
but,
just listen to the rest of this podcast.
Sweet. Oh, wow. All right, well, anyways, Tony out-eats Leroy. And then Tony out-eats Car Maria. That's all I have written down. A bowl of mayonnaise. Gross,
get ready for 100 words in 2 minutes. So TJ gets to choose the last food. And he chooses mayonnaise, which I think... I mean, it seems like they want Tony to win just because he already won 2. But if you look at the board in the back, it looks like they just chose the next thing, which was mayonnaise. So mayonnaise is just going into Tony's mouth like it was anything you've ever eaten that you were like if you were really drunk and you were like, oh man, this is my shit.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, his eyes are like tearing up, and he deserved it though. Cara Maria, she said that, dude, this is what made me mad. She looked at Bananas and went, I can eat. And I was like, bitch, no, you can't. Bloodline's final says otherwise. Your cousin ate everything in that final, and you sat there like a little shit.
Very true. Very true. And then you can't have who was with her, Marie? Oh, no. Who was?
It was Cara Maria, Bananas, and
Kaylee.
Right. So why didn't Bananas go in?
Bananas is actually a bad eater. He's really bad at that shit.
I guess at that point their best bet was Cara Maria then.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know Kaylee at all.
Hey, remember when we were talking about the other episode where we didn't know exactly what Kyle and Cara Maria did in the bed?
Oh, fuck.
And you were like,
oh my God.
You were like, oh my God, it looks like she was, down yonder, if she was visiting Australia for the night. You didn't say that, but But in this episode, Kyle's like, I've seen her swallowing techniques, and she's good. I went, Kyle, you little motherfucker. Where'd you come at with all this? You funny.
Very, yeah. You know, I liked it, but at the same time, like swallowing techniques, isn't there only just one technique? It's just, I don't know. Like I get what he was saying. I'm just saying, like you only swallow
I was
one
more
fucking way.
happy. I was happier with it just for the fact that it confirmed what you thought had happened. I was like, that's my boy Vincent coming in clutch with that knowledge. He knew what was going down under those covers.
Okay, you know, I take it back. You could swallow things a different way as well. I've seen some kid put something in his nose, like a string or a noodle, and then pull it out of his mouth. So you could technically snort things into your nose, hock it into your throat, and swallow it. Perhaps that is what she did to Kyle.
Maybe she took some semen to the nose, snorted it to her throat, and then swallowed it. Also known as just snorting.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, but she loses. She loses.
She loses, and
who
so
won,
it's
Vincent?
Tony.
Yep.
But it's the Trioka, which is again, it's so stupid, and there's more things to get so infuriated about. At least for me, it's Tony, Zach, and Marie. Zach didn't do shit. Marie didn't do shit. In fact, she pissed me off.
I don't even think Marie's won a mission at this point. So I was really hoping for her to win something this season, and for her to win this one, I was like, oh well, that's disappointing because you did nothing. You chose Tony to go up there and eat stuff.
The only way it's exciting is that she puts in Bananas, Kara, and Kaylee into the bottom team. That doesn't happen. Instead, they choose Brad, Kyle, and Sylvia. Zach could have totally did an awesome move, and Tony, all of them, and put in Bananas, Kara, Maria.
Zach is aligned with Bananas at this point. He's not going to pull that move on Bananas this early. You got to remember, this is like mission 3 that they've actually done. It might be episode 14, but we're just early on in the season.
Tony, I wanted Tony to wise it up to his one-sided bromance with Bananas. It honestly is. Bananas,
he could have maybe convinced Marie.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's tried to fuck Tony over so many times, not even in the missions or eliminations, but just in the house where he's like, let's get him drunk, let's get him pissed. And then he'll fucking do shit, you know? Like, he even tarred and feathered Tony when he's like trying to be...
You gotta remember that Sylvia is another vendetta of Tony's. So Marie hates Brad, Tony hates Sylvia. They're two of the 3 people in there.
And Zach is totally on Bananas' buddy list, right?
Banana, yeah.
Well, either way, I was just really disappointed because I'm like, well, there was no last team. The Trioka just decided, so they have double the power.
You know what they should have done? They should have saw who ate the least out of that first batch of people that went up there.
There you go.
Took that
right
shit
there.
And went, oh, okay. You guys are the last fucking team because you're a piece of shit, Nicole. You couldn't eat shit. All right. I don't know if it was Nick. I didn't see the plates at the end of the. I wasn't there, Vincent. But I was just giving an example. But yeah, I feel like that would have been a more fair way. But also, it's kind of fun to give them some power and do something with it. And
fun to give them some power. They already have all the power in the goddamn world, and all of a sudden they can choose not only who's going in against last place, but they can basically choose who goes in last place this time.
But she's not thinking that way. She goes, oh, okay, those guys won't throw her in.
I think Marie is pulling a Matt from Champs versus Stars, where he's just like, I'm just here to make TV, baby. You know, like I'll shake up shit and like I'll get my name out there and stuff. I don't think Marie's here to win necessarily. I just think she's here to make TV. That's all it is. And I feel like I'll be proven right.
So I really enjoyed this batch of clips at this point of this episode with Josh, Brad, and Sylvia sitting there in that spot just thinking about who they're going to put in, and then Brad's like, hey, sorry, it's you. Like, what am I going to do? It's you. And then she returns the favors, so Josh says, yeah, it's you, Sylvia. Got to put you in. And then went the right after where everybody left, and you can kind of tell they're just like, hey, do an interview real quick. And they're all
Oh
just
yeah.
discussing it with each other. And I didn't like, I thought it was strange because thought Sylvia was going to be more mad at Brad, but for some reason, Sylvia was more mad at Joss. Joss was trying to say exactly what Brad was saying, but she kept telling him to shut up, like, I don't want to hear it from you. So I feel like there was more footage that could have been fun to see between those two, that maybe they were kind of making a friendship. And, Sylvia called him hot earlier in the season. And
Oh yeah, that's right. She's like, I saw you wash the kitchen. Yeah,
I
that's
saw
right.
you, I saw you wash the kitchen, Joss. Why are you doing this to me? Brad didn't see you in the kitchen.
No, it's what happens when there's two people. There's the guy who everyone knows is an asshole, or you just don't like him, and then your supposed friend. And it's
Okay,
the
yeah.
worst thing that people do, where they're like, yeah, yeah, go on, but no, I'm not talking to you. It's over. But I'm willing to talk to this guy because she was very cordial with Brad. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I was like, no, no,
I
don't
love
get
that
mad at just her.
she was
Him.
willing to admit, though, to Brad, who was just kind of stating a fact, like, hey, this is all we did. You would have done the same if it was a girl in my position instead of me, and you would have thrown in Joss. And I love that Sylvia did go, you are right. It's done. It's just done. There's nothing I can do, so it's frustrating to talk about it. I wish it was that right now, but it's not that. So
Yeah.
just let's move on.
Uh,
And
and
Brittany
now,
made a. Did you know?
yeah,
Do you remember what Brittany said after this? After that happened,
no.
she was like, "Okay, yeah, Brad, you kind of saved your own ass, but now it's a female elimination day, and now I'm going in." But then again, if he would have put Joss in, Brad still could have went in. So Brittany was kind of just being selfish now that she says that.
Yeah,
Brad would have a
yeah.
better shot at coming back. This show be cray, bro.
Well, I mean, Brad and Brittany got a lot of screen time. Pizzagate was also just to show that people aren't necessarily vibing with Brad, and the fact that him and Brittany have a relationship. No one likes a relationship in a challenge. They will go through their ups and downs. Brad should know this. So yeah, I mean, Tori. Maybe Tori. This is after Tori's like, "Oh my God, I'm in elimination." So this is when I say, "Brad, you kind of fucked me over."
Right,
She's not that clever. She's just speaking from a certain point in her life where she's like, "Oh God, damn it."
right.
So, but that's the end of the episode from
What?
my
It
point of
is
view.
not. Sylvia, we get to see that Sylvia got the chills, bro, and she's sick.
Oh, she's sick.
She's
That's
sick.
right.
Shows that she's sick, and Kayla's like, "You should just put in Brittany. We need to like get her out of there. You can take Brittany easily." And then
Who
all of a
told her
sudden,
to put in Brittany
Kayla,
again?
Kayla, who hasn't been heavily
Oh, right,
focused on
right.
so far just yet, but she was in
And
the.
maybe that's why I couldn't remember her name. Yeah,
But
Kayla.
so
Yeah.
then she's saying put Brittany in. Like nobody wants Brittany here. I don't like Brittany. You could take Brittany easy. And then Brittany pops in. Hey guys, just seeing what you were talking about. I really think that you shouldn't pick me and put someone else in. All right, see ya. And then Kayla's like, put her in. And then that's the end of the
But
episode.
you also have to include that Kayla and Sylvia were like, "Hi, Brittany. I am also a friend, and you can trust us. And as soon as you leave this room, we will continue to speak very positively of you." You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they were all
Oh, hey,
so
Brittany, welcome
fake.
to the club. Come on, pull up a chair. Let's
Yeah.
talk. Oh, yeah, we're listening to what you say. That's great. See ya.
Oh, you gotta love it when women hate each other because you can't tell. You know what I mean? They're just like, "Hi, I love your hair. Oh my God, I love how you could wear anything." You know what I mean?
That
Like,
is such a sexist view of women and their thoughts and feelings, Vincent. How dare you?
spoilers, I work at a place where I'm the only man that works there. I work with a lot of women. So I am completely starved for masculine
That doesn't
exchange,
give you
Scott.
the right.
Masculine exchange. Talking about a goddamn reality TV
You're
show.
just trying to relate to stupid me, huh? Stupid low totem pole Scott who works with men and women. Oh, I don't. No, I'm just fucking with
All
you.
right.
It's all jokes, people. It's all just for fun.
Yeah. Well, it's mostly jokes. It's mostly jokes. That's the end of the episode, correct?
I had such a pleasant time with you today,
Oh,
Vincent.
thank. I was ready to say like that's bullshit. I thought you were gonna say I had such a pleasant time watching this episode. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, to me, I'll just say this right now. It took a long time for Dirty 30 to turn for me. This is almost immediate. I am kind of scared, dude.
Oh wow.
I am kind of scared,
Yeah, the
bro.
first half of this episode was really awful. The second half was okay. And that's not a good combination to have, awful and
Yeah,
okay. You
yeah.
need to have awful and perfect, or at least great.
But you know what? At the same time, you had a great time, and it's gonna show, man. Like you filled this episode with detail and lush
And I'm
colors and
so
stuff.
sorry. I talk so much, but I feel like I made a lot of good
You
points.
did. You absolutely did. So maybe
I dissected the fuck out of this episode. Be
that's
scared. Be
absolutely right.
scared. Be scared, challenge, Vendettas. I got episodes to watch coming up, and I'm going to keep dissecting you. You going to know my thoughts, thanks to Vincent Cloud and the challenge of the bottle.
Yeah. Can you,
I always
yeah, no
forget.
one,
Battle of the
it's
Challenge podcast.
with Vincent Cloud.
And Scotty Allwood.
Like, subscribe, comment. Bye.
Bye.